Stainless steel fasteners. Each month we must spend hundreds of dollars on them, and probably even a few hours just looking for the right ones. What we don't find here, we will have to go running around town to look for at Napa, at Baba Bolt, and Bolts for You. This time around, we are looking for the best ones to help install our new solar arch.
Drill up there.
We finally got the guts up to drill the holes through our tow rail so that we can install some plates that the arch will be welded to. The idea is to deal with aligning and drilling holes for the stainless steel plates to be placed on each side of the tow rail first and then tack weld the arch to the plates.
So these other holes would have to be drilled.
Trying to put the backing plate on. Hopefully he lined up the holes correctly. Told me I'll witness a miracle if they do line up.
So I thought it was important to have backing plates up underneath where the solar arch is going to be mounted, so there's no chance of that whole bolt just being pulled straight out of the tow rail.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know.
No
miracle today, baby. Damn screw, it's in the way. The hole's in the right spot, the screw's not. Alright, so we gotta do the same thing, just cut it in fucking half, I guess. Turns out underneath there's only like a 1-inch slot where that bolt can come through, and I still need to get a backing plate underneath there and the nut in there, so it's a lot more difficult than it looks like. Okay, well, it's drilled there. Wish it was a little better, but it's there. With the backing plate.
One installed with a split backing plate because of an unexpected screw underneath that got in the way. In the middle of our struggle with aligning holes with our backing plates, bosses showed up to inspect our work. My mother and my aunt arrived at a good time to help problem solve how to accurately mark where to drill holes in the corner plates.
Oh, owie.
Okay, that method's not a good one.
That didn't feel good.
Makes a lot of sense to get one right and then drill the second one.
Yeah. Alright, so now I'll put a plate on the bottom of that, and I gotta get those holes right.
Well, those you
Straws?
could
Hopefully I can just trace over the top of that, yeah. And then I can bolt those two down and then do the straw trick. The Gale straw trick. We need to cut that in half.
Helper 1, get the scissors.
Got quite the audience today.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. The straw trick included painting one end with whatever we could find on the boat, which in this case was a bottle of anti-seize, and then putting the plate over the holes with the straws in them to mark the holes on the plate.
These are going to be precise. One straw, two straw.
Different material, I think.
Yeah, different goop.
You know what we should do is put some tape right there and let it stick on the tape. All right, what do you guys think?
It's gonna work.
Here we go.
Woo!
Doesn't get any better than that. We've proved that 100 times.
Yeah.
That's within manufacturer's specifications.
Yes, it is. Here you go. Put it in the toolbox.
And with their approval, we were left to finish the job on our own. Another late night, but we managed to get all the holes drilled in all the right places, and now we were ready for the next phase of the project. Go. Hopefully we don't get in trouble at the marina for welding. Up until now, the solar arch has been held together by ratchet tie downs. It was time to start putting everything together permanently. I'm not gonna lie, helping Tim lift the arch up and down, one side to the other side, and up on the boat and back down again has not been easy. At one point, the arch fell off the boat and almost sunk into the water.
The other way around. You can do the other side.
Okay. First tack well's done. To bring it up. With the plates bolted down onto the tow rail, Tim tack welded the arch to the plates, then took the arch back off to complete the welding.
Hell yeah, baby. So part of the solar arch project is I wanted to get rid of the safety lines, the cables on the sides, just from the back half of the boat. And I wanted to make those the stainless steel tubing. All right, 1 for 1. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go 3 and 3. In doing that, I know that I wanted to pull out the stanchions and rebed those because they hadn't been done in a long time. Here I'm mixing up some West Systems epoxy because as I take the old stanchions off, I'm going to clean up any rotted wood that was there and drill out any of the holes for the screws, make those a little bit larger holes, and then totally fill the holes with epoxy so that I can re-drill those to the right size. This is the thickener that makes it so it won't drip away. I made kind of a small batch to see how it does.
Yeah.
So this one I don't want to totally fill, I just want to coat the sides of it.
The stanchions on each side of the boat were pretty loose, and we could especially see it when guests would grab the railing to help themselves inside the boat. All holes were either completely filled or strengthened before drilling to install the new stainless railing. Check it out. We are gaming up here.
Show over here. This will come up to here. We'll just cut at an angle and notched and then welded right onto that spot to match this one right here as it goes in.
Nice.
Yeah. Looks good. I'm happy.
Watering down the area where Tim was going to be welding prevented the little sparks from burning little black dots on our deck. It's a good thing our deck painting project isn't until later.
Okay, so my plan is now to lift this up to where I want it to be. This is creating an angle between here and here. So I'm going to kind of eyeball it, cut it a little bit extra long, but at this angle, and then that will put it up onto here. And then I'll just start taking the the hand angle sander, and then creating that arc right here, this notch, and it'll start slowly going down there. As it gets shorter, it'll come down here further until I want it to be like right level with this guy here, and then, you know, as nice and smooth around it as it possibly can. And then we'll just weld that into place. There we go.
Wow. Almost perfect.
So I'll just slowly start notching that around. It mostly just there in the center where it's touching, and it'll start making its way down to be so then I see what's still touching right here. I can see through the bottom. So here and there. So close. That's what I like.
Nice.
That's really nice around here.
Yeah.
I like to get it a little bit closer on the backside.
When our kids were little, we wanted so bad to take the kids out on adventures in the Imperial Sand Dunes. But we had no money to buy a dune buggy, so our only choice was to build one ourselves. Watching him work on this railing reminded me of the days when he spent every night after work chopping, sanding, and bending the long sticks of metal tubes that would later become our family's way of building memories together.
A little more.
Yeah.
So now that I sanded it, it doesn't want to stay down, so
Do I need to...
no.
The Mexican blanket wasn't the best protection, but we needed to block the wind that was interrupting the pretty welds.
That's what it's done, baby.
And now moving on to the other side.
Not quite all the way through this one. All right. No. This is gonna be a little bit difficult because it's the opposite of. Gonna throw it right at you. I just can't. It's got to be that way to go down, but it ain't gonna happen.
Okay, he's about to weld this one. Longer to grind that one. Back at home on a cold winter day, Tim is now working on the stern railing that will connect the arch from side to side.
So it looks like whoever did that did some terrible, well, notching, so the metal wasn't even touching all the way around, and then some horrible welding, and then put Bondo on top of that, and then sprayed the Bondo with some kind of chrome paint. So it was really, really horrible. But it looks like I'll be able to clean these up and reuse these if I need to, which this is the one that our stern light goes onto. So that you know, I would like to be able to reuse that, and then part of the top up here, and then possibly even this one, but I think these might get moved. So somewhere around here it might get cut and then attached to the other one. Somewhere, I don't know, we'll have to just see. But so that means I have, these are what I cut out of here, so I could still, I could go, you know, finish cleaning it up obviously, but then notch it properly and then weld it back in here, because that's still good metal. So that would take care of that one, if this is going to stay here and if that's going to stay here. We don't know yet. And then if I absolutely have to cut this out because it might just be thinning this metal too much,
Yeah.
I could splice this in, you know, cut it right there, splice it in and put a new piece in. And just, you know, reuse that. Or make another one of the thicker stuff like that anyway. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. It doesn't have any bad welds, but you know, for whatever reason, someone cut that out. We don't know.
I know.
Don't know why. But see, here's some of that round stainless bar I need to get to be able to, you know, create that to reattach the lines again.
Now it's time to fix the problem wiring we found with the stern light before putting up the stern railing. Staggering, so that way there's never a potential for a short or whatever.
That, and there won't be a big bulge trying to fit it through the tubing.
Now to see how the stern railing can be incorporated into the arch.
I'm wanting this piece to go right into this one. I'll do that. Help me. Help me. I need you to hold this. Okay.
Woohoo! The next step. They came over to see what you were doing.
What the duck are you up to?
Hey, babies.
So here I'm adding a stanchion that there wasn't one there before. So I am drilling a hole, and the stanchion will extend down through that hole, and then I'm going to get it all sealed up.
When Tim is standing like that with the beer in hand, that is always a sign that he is happy with his work. We now have an arch installed with new integrated railing, at the stern and on both sides, port and starboard. The next part of this project is to create some built-in seats. But before we do that, we need to get ready to move out of the marina. With only 4 months now from retirement, we need to start saving our money where we can and use it to finish up the necessary projects before sailing away. Join us in the next episode as we demonstrate just how complicated we can make this transition.
We need to talk about this. Honey, we need to talk about this. Tell me what happened.
So funny.
This is sailing life right here. It begins right now.